Good morning. My name is Debbie Dykes with Network in Action, and I'm excited to have Phil Anderson with Office Evolution with me this morning. Hi,
Good morning,
Phil.
Deb. Good
How
morning,
are you?
Deb. Good.
Good. Um, I- Tell us a little bit about about Office Evolution.
Well, Office Evolution is a shared co-workspace. Uh, actually a franchise of about 67 different locations, which each one is individually owned and operated locally by their franchisee. And then we have some support on a national level from we'll call it the corporate office. But we're always independently owned and operated in whatever state and city that we're located in, including Houston, where we have almost 4 Office Evolutions, including myself.
Perfect. I know you're my Ohana, so.
Well, thank you. You're my Ohana too.
Good.
Yeah,
Glad to hear it.
and Ohana, for those of you that don't know what that means big family. And so that's how we treat our members is like a big family, and that's what our business model is to, really work with people and help them as they grow and and what their needs are, so that they can grow and we can grow as well.
Perfect. Well, I know some businesses right now are really struggling. They're shutting down. They're not able to really function. How is your company working right now? How is that working for you?
Well, we are actually considered an essential business. Um, we are considered to be, since we have mail service and also cater to several not only governmental agencies but also legal, as well as real estate and insurance businesses, which are considered essential businesses. So we're kind of open for our members currently. We're having limited hours for when guests can come by and when people can come pick up their mail. And so we're functioning sort of at about 50% of what we normally do. And so we're trying to, how would you say it, make sure that everybody in the community knows a little bit more about us so that we can help them in their times of trial as I become
Right.
trying to let them know that we're here for them. So
Perfect. Well, knowing that we release an office through you, the office setups are perfect for those businesses that really want to still keep themselves a little isolated, but we're still
yes,
within a community. So
that's absolutely right. And
perfect setup.
even with our virtual members, the ones that use the common space at this point, what we're doing is we are isolating our members in an individual office. We have enough open at this point that we can place a person in an office for a day, for an hour, for a meeting. If somebody wants to use the conference room with, like 3 people, so that you keep your social distance, that's done as well. So we have a variety of ways of folks to be able to utilize our facility, like I say, by the hour or by the day, and if you want to become a member, then you can join up and be a member monthly or yearly. So
Perfect. So as an expert in your industry, what tips do you have, or what suggestions might you make to our audience?
well, utilize every resource that you can. I mean, it's including something like ourselves, but doing virtual and doing Zoom and doing all we'll call it online stuff is all good, but you also need some resources with that. By example, we offer a podcast room, and so you can do podcasts or other types of recordings so that your message gets across to your audience.
Nice.
We also, like I said, have video conferencing, and so you can use either of our 2 conference rooms to help do larger video conferences. Our biggest conference room, you can keep 6 feet apart by basically putting one person per table. So we can actually still cover up to about the groups of less than 10 inside a conference room, if you so choose to go in that direction. And but that's a something that you have to decide on your own as to how you want to contact people. The the other points that I would say is become involved with your Zoom, and we'll call it the transition to the Zoom. We'll call it virtual networking scenarios. I mean, keep up with the people that you know. It's really important to stay as much family as you can. It's don't want to lose those networking connections just because we have to space ourselves out. And so be very helpful with not only your, in your networking groups, but also try to be helpful with your neighbors. Here at the Marcel Town Center, we have a tenant support group. And so we Zoom together on every Monday, and we talk about the various issues of how we can help each other within the confines of this, we'll call it the shopping center here, that we have at Marcel Town Center at 1488 and Old Conroe Road. So we look forward to, we get together, we talk about things. We've talked about all the different types of loans. We've talked all about, since there's a lot of restaurants here, we also talk about, doing a shared driver delivery experience for all the businesses here. We're talking about grouping together and creating a web domain for we'll call it the Marcel Town Center, that has all of us featured on that, so that we can utilize our various client email lists without compromising those lists, because some of us are not physicians, but pharmacies and dentists and things like that. So there's some confidentiality that is associated with some of those lists. So we're trying, like I said, we're trying to help each other as much as possible and work together.
Perfect. I think that's awesome. Have you come across any opportunities that you have that you find will alter the way you do business or your business operates when this is over?
Yeah, if we are working very closely with our corporate group, we have, for those that want to stay distanced after things start loosening up a little bit here, we have a variety of things, including iPostal, which is a how would you say, way of getting your mail without having to stop by the office even.
Oh, nice.
We have, it basically allows you to scan your mail and look at it, have it delivered by email. We have what we call virtual assistants. So if you need help, with, sending out emails or sending out direct mails that you want to do yourself, you can utilize these virtual assistants to help you generate those lists, put out the mailings that you want, etc. So we have, because of this, we've generated also some different ways, like I said, of doing the business here even. And although this is a hard blow to the co-share business, because that by definition means you come together, a lot of us, by doing what we've been doing, we're doing that across the nation. We're adapting to the new, I don't want to call it the new norm, because that means that we've accepted what's happened, and
right.
And I'm definitely of the philosophy that we need to get back to where we were before all this hit the fan. That's how. Okay, that's what we're doing, and that's how we're kind of adapting and rolling with it.
Well, I love that idea, because it makes me as a small business owner, even in normal times, much more productive. It can be much more really helpful to me as a business owner so I can focus on the things that I need to focus on and delegate other things to a virtual assistant. That's perfect. I love that idea.
Right, and that's exactly what we do here, you know, is we're trying to provide that, we'll call it that back office experience, as well as the, we'll call it the, you know, come to the place that you work, but you don't have to follow up on, you know, all the brick and mortar type of issues. I mean, you don't have to deal with the internet service. You don't have to deal with the, the electricity, with the receptionist, with the, you know, all the other things that you normally would in a brick and mortar, as well as, you know, as well as landlord issues. I mean, other than myself, of course, as your semi pseudo landlord.
Best one I know.
Well, thank you. But we try very hard to take those types of burdens off of you so that you can focus strictly on what you do as a business. So.
Perfect. I think that's fantastic. That's obviously part of the reason we joined up. It's a great facility. We have found it incredibly warm and welcoming, and the amenities are incredible. So I'm really excited to be part of that.
Well, we appreciate that, Debbie. It's what we try to do every day, and work with everybody to achieve that.
Great, and I'm glad to be part of it. So.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you, Phil. I really wanted to get your input and hear how things were going. So I really appreciate your time, and look forward to being able to get back in the office and hang out with my Ohana.
All right, we will look to see you again. And so, as they
Great.
say in Hawaii, aloha.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.